What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Now, before I get this video started, man, I want to let everybody know that in terms of the Juwan Howard situation that's going on, I'm going to really limit talking about that situation. Um, I think for a lot of the people that are involved in the situation, it really it hits people in a multitude of ways, and you get a lot of reactions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna refrain from talking about the Juwan Howard situation, at least until the dust settles and we can move past it, because a lot of people are extremely emotional about this situation, and rightfully so. But like I said, man, I'm not gonna continue talking about it though. So uh, if y'all upset at me about it, hey, I understand, but you know, YouTube. I'm gonna just say that YouTube will punish, and I'm not trying to have that. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna refrain from talking about that for quite some time. Now, let me get to what I really want to talk about, and it is concerning Ja Morant. Now, the NBA is now looking for somebody you could tell that to kind of market around now. And look, I like Giannis as a player. You know what I'm saying? I love Giannis. I like what he brings to the table. Um, I think he's the best player in the game right now. Not necessarily, skill wise, but in terms of just his overall mentality. Winning wise. Of course, now he has the championship pedigree, and his overall killer instinct and the knack to want to get better. I mean, he defines what it is because he's improved drastically from when he first came in. Okay, but Giannis is not what you would consider marketable. And when I say that, understand what I'm saying. Okay, what's up? What's up, Jay Steves? I see you in the building, man. Haven't seen you in a minute, man. Hope everything cool with you, brother. Hope you enjoyed the AllStar game too. Now, John Morant, man. I mean, I'm sorry about that, man. Let me get back to Giannis. Giannis is a he's special and everything, but his marketability is not that great, because for one, he's not the type he's not a media what you would say a media friendly type of guy. You know, he's not going to sit there and have an hour long conversation with the media, not unless you know he absolutely has to. He just wants to get it over with. Simple yes or no questions. Uh, you know, is there anything else? And then okay, then I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron is not like that. You know what I'm saying? And neither was Michael Jordan. Now Larry Bird was kind of like that to an extent. Magic Johnson wasn't like that. I'm speaking of guys that would sit there and be able to take whatever the media has to say or whatever, and pretty much endure everything. Now Kobe was too. But that was until you know the media started to turn. They turned. There was a love hate relationship. Love hate love, and then wait, I would say love hate and then love again type of relationship when it came to Kobe Bryant. Now, this is what we have to understand. They're trying to gravitate towards somebody, and they're trying to gravitate towards a guy who's not only marketable in the sense of, his play, but also they're trying to market him, market around a guy who who has the attitude and is able to be, like a media darling, per se. Yeah, his game is nasty on the court and everything. You know what I'm saying? He's highly athletic. You know what I'm saying? He's a winner. He has a winner mentality. He's getting better. He's showing promise. He's young. You know what I'm saying? And to some people he might, depending on, what the ladies like or whatever, they might think that he might have sex appeal. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to think about, okay, when they're marketing the guy, it's like they're catering to certain types of individuals. And right now, John Morant, he's repping just like him, and I'll throw Lamelo in there too. Him and Lamelo, these guys are ushering in the new the new NBA, and what the NBA should be marketing around for at least, I would say, the next possibly 8 to 10 years down the line, depending on if everything goes great. Now, that's not to say that things happen, because things do happen. At one point, the NBA was gearing to market around a guy like Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? Because of how athletic he was and stuff like that. You've seen it happen. A guy will come in and they're like, wow, let's gravitate towards this guy and everything like that. Yeah, that guy's the next, he's the next Jordan, or he's the next this, or he's the next that, or something like that. And that's what John Morant actually brings. That's the type of feel that he brings when you look at a guy, because I was watching the AllStar game yesterday, and it was like, yeah, don't get me wrong, Steph Curry, like I said, he stole the show, and then LeBron, he sealed it, regardless of what you want to think. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there, and they think that the ball had a magnet and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, that ain't man. Look, he made the shot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm look if you don't want to get a man here to just do, hey, that's on you. But I mean, he made the damn shot. But everybody was talking about the even though Ja Morant only had 6 points. I mean, they were talking about how nice those dunks were, and when he did those dunks, you have to think about it. The slam dunk contest over years was always the anticipated. That's why it's the last event of the Saturday night because it pretty much puts the icing on the cake. Well, people don't feel that way anymore. However, and I'm getting to my point here, when you see a guy like Ja Morant and he's still in the show and he's getting more oohs and ahs in the actual AllStar game than it was when there was the dunk contest, and you're saying to yourself, okay, wait a minute now. This guy right here can pretty much make people jump out of their seat, make people excited, make people feel like, wow, and plus he had that young energy. Yeah, the alley oop was crazy, man. Like, you looking at this guy and you're like, there's no way in hell well, never mind. And the fact that he was able to pull it off was even more impressive. So it makes you look at Ja Morant and you're saying to yourself, you're like, wow, the NBA could market around this guy because you got to think about it. Like the NBA has marketed around LeBron for so long or whatever. It's like, okay, they know LeBron is on his way out. They know that he's gonna go ahead and eclipse Kareem and everything. They know that everything right now that LeBron is doing is just to add to his resume and everything. But when he first came in, you know, it was all about at that time, it was all about Kobe and of course D Wade. You know what I'm saying? Uh, well, because they came in together, but I know that D Wade started winning first because he got his ship in '06 and everything, and D Wade was starting to be a little bit more successful uh, and everything. But now with John Morant though, his marketability, I feel, has the potential to be the highest ever. And I know some people aren't ready to hear that, but you got to think about how highly athletic this guy is. Like when Michael Jordan had came into the league, he was taking the league, by storm, man. I mean, this guy was, he was crazy athletic, and everything. But what they didn't realize is that Jordan, even though they still tried to put that little stigma on him as if he ends of the floor, that wasn't true because he was just as much as a defender as he was an offensive threat or offensive juggernaut. And so they began to look at this guy. Okay, look, he's competitive. He wants to win, and on top of that, he has the swagger. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of mentality John Morant has, and he's still able to keep his cool and still be able to talk. Like yesterday, he of course he grabbed the mic, and was able to speak while introducing introducing the NBA 75 and stuff like that. You could decline to do that sort of thing. You could decline to say, oh, well, I rather not speak or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to be or have the confidence enough to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna, speak for us and everything. But it's just a prime example. I really feel like John Morant has the capability and the potential to be one of the most marketed um, players to ever the NBA surface. Now, I know that they're looking for certain guys to be that replacement. Like they were looking for that next Kobe. It's crazy because they were comparing. I remember they were comparing Zach LaVine to Kobe. They've even tried to compare Devin Booker to Kobe. They're trying to find, that next guy, and just like they're, pretty soon they're gonna try to find. They tried to do it with LeBron. They'll be like that nigga LeBron. Now they did it with Steph Curry. A lot of people feel like Trey Young has a similar feel like a Steph Curry because of the way that he shoots and everything, and he can pretty much do everything, like going to the rack and stuff like that. They're trying to they're trying to find these next generation of players to move on. But I think that John Morant, a guy like John Morant, can lead the pack. And if it's not John Morant, it's definitely going to be LaMelo. You know, it'll definitely be LaMelo because LaMelo has been like, I don't think people really understand that the Ball brothers have been under the spotlight ever since they've been young. It's not anything new for them. They've been under the spotlight for a very long time, and so Lamelo is used to this. Lamelo, this is like another day at the office for Melo. A lot of people like that were talking about, Lamelo wouldn't make it and all this other stuff. I knew that he was going to make it. Oh yeah, I know it's going to be Ja. And look, it's not even close right now. Like the stuff that John Morant is doing, like he's making you jump out of your fucking seat. Like he's making you be like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? Like like a reaction that moves you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he has that type of feel. Other guys they gotta feel like that, but not like Ja. And that is marketable because of course he caters to the youth, of course. You know what I'm saying? The young lions coming up and everything. But he also caters to individuals that are that are thirsty for excitement. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really find a lot of that nowadays in basketball. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, people are still, somewhat excited, but John Morant into the game. But see, there's a problem though. I think that there's a big problem though. Um, they're not gonna they're not gonna put their marketing dollars into a team like Memphis. Not unless it's just like like a team like Phoenix. Phoenix. I've spoke about that before. They're not going to put their marketing dollars into John Morant. They're just not. I mean, into Memphis. But I think that he could kick that door down and possibly make them feel otherwise. Because you got to think about it. Like they're third in the West, and I'm gonna hit you with something else too. You're definitely right. He's boxed off exactly, exactly. Like this dude right here, man. He's got his marketability is so crazy that like you could be like, okay, like for instance, the AllStar game. Hey, what about Ja? Can we get some more of Ja? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Steph is doing his thing and all that other stuff, but I think that people wanted to see more of Ja, and a lot of people wanted, a lot of the younger audience, they wanted to see more Mellow and everything. And that, hey, look, that's not to say, because look, I know some people might think that the All Star game wasn't that exciting. I like the All Star game. I didn't like the dunk contest. The 3-point contest was cool, and listen, I know some people might think I'm crazy for saying this. The skills, the skills contest was even more exciting because you had kind of that feel like it was on the edge of your seat, like who was gonna win and all that other stuff. And that's the same feeling that I had for the 3-point contest. I was not, I wasn't anticipating no dunk contest. Well, at first I was, but then I just started to see it, and I was just like, you know what? And I ended up falling asleep. But see, in comparison to that, guess what? Nah, you wasn't gonna fall asleep in this All Star game because it was just like, man, you saw John the stuff that he was doing. But see, people think that he was just saving this for the All Star game. John has been doing shit like this. And if you go back to my older videos, I have shit where Ja was doing shit in practice. You just like, God damn, man, like you doing some fucking video game shit. I wouldn't be surprised. They're putting Luca on the cover and stuff like that. You need to put Ja on the cover of 2K. I wouldn't be surprised if they put John Morant on the cover of 2K. Like I'm like, okay, you put Luca on that motherfucker. You need to put John Morant on that motherfucker. Uh, John Morant is, in my opinion, he's more excited. He's more clutch. He may not have, he may not, shoot, quite as well as a guy like Luca, but he's more athletic. He's more competitive, even though Luca and their team did a little bit better in the end. They were a little bit higher and everything. But he gonna get his chance. And when they start marketing around him, just always remember this video. You heard it around me. You're gonna see more. Like yesterday, I hadn't seen a Carl Anthony Towns commercial. Now I finally saw one, and I'm not trying to digress or anything like that, but I just know that when it comes to Carl Anthony Towns or whatever, you have to think, okay, he just won a 3 point contest or whatever. So now they have another individual that they could look at and they'll be like, okay, well, we got Carl Anthony Towns here. He just won. He's the first big man to ever win the 3 point contest or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they could use that as a market, like kind of like as a market. I'm not gonna say a marketing scheme, but it appeals to something. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, the big man shooting and the big man winning the 3 point contest or whatever. It's a cool thing to do. It's that's another thing. So I look at it from that angle. But yeah, Ja definitely is the guy. And the thing I love the best man is that they're not paying it. That it's like they're not paying attention to the dude. I have him as my early MVP candidate, and because even though he got injured earlier in the season, he's pretty much picked up where he's left off. And Memphis has not. They haven't declined at all. Matter of fact, they've gotten better. They've gotten better. He's explosive. And another guy that they could have marketed around was a guy like Baron Davis back in the days, but it injuries had played a factor in that. But see, Baron Davis he was always smiling. He was laughing, joking, having fun with the media, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He had a loose personality. You know what I'm saying? And that type of shit is marketable. But at the same token, Baron Davis could handle the ride. He could cross you up. He'll dunk on your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he could do it all. And he could shoot a little bit. Played the point guard position. And that was marketed. I mean, that was marketable. You know, they're trying to get. They've tried so many. I think they tried to market it. With Dame and everything like that, but they're trying to move on from Dame because Dame's not getting it done, and I think they feel like Ja is the one that can really get it done. I could see Ja winning a chip in 10 years or less. You know, and don't get it twisted. Just because he's athletic, that doesn't mean that this dude is not skilled. Is he a little out of control? Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is. He's a little out of control, but he's actually settled down. Like I think that Ja has settled down just a little bit. He's still got some stuff that he needs to work on, but it's not like he's not willing to improve because this guy's work ethic is so sick. And see for what y'all see out there on the floor, like in terms of the product, like he didn't mess up with the dunk either. Like the stuff that he's doing, it's like, okay, it looks so fluid and natural the way that he's doing it. So it's kind of like you have no choice but to market around a guy like John Morant. You have no choice but to market around. Of course they did it with Steph. Because they feel like Steph changed the game with the 3-point shot. Yeah, Ja is definitely marketable, man. He's the guy that I think the NBA will, or has the potential to carry the NBA for at least another. Because I think LeBron has been marketed around for how many years? Because I think when they really really started to really market around LeBron was like in 2000. I would say '07, '08, when they really started to be like, okay, we let's try to get the dude. Kobe had not Kobe, D Wade had got his chip or whatnot. Um, and then after that, it was kind of like, okay, he got his chip, but we still need to focus on LeBron. The fact that he was able to score 25 points as a rookie, first game, that's something that we could look at and stuff. But yeah, John Morant, man, he definitely needs to be marketed around, and I can see it happening. I can see it happening. This guy wants to win. He gets upset when he loses. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. A lot of people see that as a bad thing, man. That's a good thing. That shows competitive fervor, man. That shows competitive fervor. So y'all heard it here first on Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. Tell me what y'all think. Do you think they should go ahead and market around John Morant, or do you think that somebody else they should market around somebody else? But leave your comments, like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notification. Appreciate Jay Steve's Hip Hop TV for showing up. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I get at you later.